So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. And for the second time on the channel, I have the band Vittra. You know, they're a thrash death metal band. And they're going to release their second album, Intense Indifference, of September 19th. So I have 3 members from the band. And let me set this up. So 2 members, there's 1 member that's going to be upside down. But that is so people, it's the computer. It was sometimes the technology is not our friend, but the show must go on. So we have first of all Johan, we have Gustav and David. So first of all, guys, how are you today?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Doing good. We spoke last time when you were releasing your debut record, and I had like most of the band with me. And yeah, so when I saw the name, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember Vittra. I talked to them last time. So I was reading. So this album, Intense Indifference. First of all, I think if I'm not mistaken, that I was reading Johan. Were you part of the producer on this record?
Yes, that tends to be my part of it. A bit of structure and yeah, trying to get as much as possible out of all of us, I would say.
Oh, so first for people that don't know the band, tell us what do you do with the band?
Yeah, okay, I can start then. I play the guitar. That's my main part, and mainly rhythm guitar, especially on this one, actually.
Oh yeah, David, you first.
Okay, yeah, upside down man here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I'm the singer, obviously. That's why I have this quirky upside down camera to stand out. No, but I do the singing, the growling, and also the songwriting with the words. So a lyricist, not the songwriting part.
Awesome. And finally, we have Gustav.
Yeah, and I play the bass.
Yeah, it's an important instrument.
Yes, especially when you have to mention it.
And you also help with the lyrics.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. So David, since you're upside down, you can literally say that you have an intense indifference of being down, but no. So this album, because I obviously listened to your first one, I think this album has more experimentation in sound, and I have a few songs in particular to discuss from this record. So let's talk about maybe the evolution from your debut record to this one. What changed?
Shall I start then maybe on the musical side a bit?
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, so I mean, one big change is that if you look at the debut album or the first album, as with a lot of similar albums, I mean, you collect songs over a long period of time, so I mean, you had songs on there that were like 10, 15 years old, and on this one, I mean, we've written most of it from scratch in like a year and a half. So I think that's a big change, and well, proving to ourselves that we can put something like this together. I'm not sure. I think we've always been quite open-minded in the band. Maybe we've dared to take it a couple of steps further this time on the album, but I think it's the sort of the mentality has always been there, and I think we listen to all kinds of music and so on. I just think that we maybe let it reflect a bit more on this one.
Awesome. And the recording process for this one, how long was the process?
Did it take 21 days or so?
Yeah, 20 plus days, something. But then spread out over time. I mean, we started with the drums, then rhythm guitars, then bass, and then vocals and lead guitars and so on. But then trying to sort of fit it into everyone's schedule, Same with Simon, who helps us record. He plays with Soilwork and Tiamat as well. So he's been out touring a bit in between. So took some time, 20-ish days in the studio.
Over the course of like, what was it, 6 months or something?
Yeah, 5-6 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think the drums were done in November. I just
Was
wanted
it that?
Even
Was it that early?
Yeah.
no, it must have been
No, it
between
was
December,
January, I think.
January, exactly, somewhere around there, the start of January.
Mm. Last year, 2024, that is. Oh.
yes, no. If it was January this year, you were cutting it close. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
album you have the album starts with MOFO, which I'm sure is short for motherfuckers.
Correct.
Yeah, that's about starting like an album with like balls to the wall with that song. Tell us a little bit about that track.
Well, I can actually start with this one. I think Johan, he had like a perfect song written for it. And I started, just elaborating with one word that was "motherfucker, let's go," because it suited so well to, open the chorus. So I just went with it, and then, over a period of time, we decided to like just go ahead and use it because it fitted so well. So we wrote the whole song around "motherfucker, let's go." Then
Yeah,
started.
I think we were discussing sort of the depths or non-depths of Children of Bodom songs. I think that's how it started a bit. We're making fun of I mean,
Oh, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
now.
some of the guys in the band are really big fans of Children of Bodom. But then, yeah, like I like them too, but I mean they are bigger fans. But the lyrics sometimes are a bit, yeah, not sure what the right word would be.
They're
So I
not
think
that
that's how it started.
challenging.
No.
Some would say perhaps a bit shallow, or if to put it roughly, but you get the expression that it's more, like a rock and roll, attitude towards it all. Just I don't give a flying fuck, motherfucker, or something like that. So yeah, now when you say it, I really do remember it. I think that was why we decided to like continue with motherfucker, let's go. We even were talking about having like the first chorus, I think, changing that to something like an eternity in hell or something cheesy like that. But then we settled with motherfucker, let's go for each and every one of them, and I think it worked out all right. But it's true. We really embraced like a new let go mentality towards things. If it sounds cool, go with it. Don't put too much thought into it, kinda.
Plus, it's a fun track to start the album with. Do have a video for Reign Supreme, which is the second track on the record. Tell us a little bit about Reign Supreme.
Yeah, like lyrically wise, I think it's it's my favorite song. First of all, I think it was just complete when Johan first introduced the riffs and everything, and the song wrote itself almost, and it was just so pleasing to write it. And I don't know, I can't really add that much to it. Would you like to? Do you want me to describe the meaning of it more, or just?
You want, man?
Yeah. Okay. Well, yes. What's it about? It's about. It's it's a lot of depth, man. I think sometimes when I write a song, I'm really into it, but it's so hard for me to recall the purpose of it. So I boiled it down to it's a general fuck off song to maybe corporate-ish, corporate society.
Yeah.
Yeah. roughly.
But it's quite interesting, David, because I mean, you spend quite some time on the lyrics, and I mean, you study stuff, and well, maybe not mofo as much as the others, but I mean, you really go in deep. But then when you're sort of to tell what they are about, it's like one short sentence.
Yeah, because I'm so into it at first, but then I do so many
Then he
songs,
finds it
so
boring, and then he forgets it.
No, but I remember. I mean, we as you said, I put the song together. I think Alex and I we spent. I mean, that goes for most of the songs. Alex, our drummer, and I we spent some more time than the others this time around in the rehearsal space, just putting the songs together, working on arrangements and so on. While David and Gustav, they, I mean, put a lot of effort into the lyrics and the melodies and so on. And then I mean, David, you came and you sort of sang it more or less fully through, and I mean, it was really great, both from a lyrical perspective, but as well as with sort of the vocal lines and all of it. I think maybe a bit Stan influenced. We got some sort of Stan feel to it.
Probably, yeah, something like that. But I don't know. I just the riffs, they sort of speak to me. So I can hear whenever like it's a good song with something catchy and a good chorus and a good verse. It writes itself. I find the what you call it, how are you supposed to build the meanings and how it's supposed to sound lyrically. Gustav, help me here. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, but what I think you're trying to say is that you write out of your heart, like when we are working on on lyrics together, it's kind of like you really write with your heart, like this feels right, and then you go for it, and then you don't put that much like maybe thought into the details. But I like, for instance, I remember asking you a couple of times, this is about this, right? Because I don't know, about resisting this and this, and then you were like, yeah, it could be. Like, but I never really got an answer from you where it feels like you're more like you're writing songs to create a vibe, not that much, to it's hard to put in. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I think when we write together, I find it really funny because I see a bunch of stuff that you mean with your texts, but you seem to have forgotten that you have meant it in a way. But I find that funny.
Catch. It's sort of like the catch. Like if you were to find the song, like, okay, I like the song, so then I decide to read the lyrics, and then you as the reader, you find the purpose. Like, oh, it's about this, and that's your experience when you're reading it, and you make things up. So it's supposed to be a little bit blurry. I don't want to define everything, so I leave some for the imagination for the reader.
Yeah, so it could be something different to everyone. So musically, there's a song that really sounded very differently from the other tracks, and it's Transylvania Buffet, because it has like I didn't know how to describe the sound of the guitar, but it almost sounded like you could dance to it. So musically, I think Johan or Gustav, like, tell us a little bit about what vibe musically you were going with Transylvania Buffet.
You want to go ahead.
Yeah, I guess it's a mix of things, but it started really with a hip hop song. I think the one song that has influenced actually several of our songs, that's Jump Around with House of Pain. And I sort of had some vibe from that song in my head when I was playing sort of the main riff, the intro and the chorus riff. And then I just sort of combined that with some, more, should I say, classical melodic metal on the pre-chorus, just to get some different perspectives in. But then I think what really makes the song stick out is maybe the middle part with Lars's sort of more rock and roll guitar solo. And I mean, it's one of those moments when we were trying to put the song together. We didn't have a mid section, and I just made something up. Like, okay, well, let's use this for now. Let's not. We need to find something better at a later stage. And I think the others told me we need to find something better at the later stage. But then, I mean, then we played it over and over again, and all of a sudden it was a natural part of the song. And then we said to Lars, then our lead guitarist, that just play some rock and roll, just go all rock and roll, go all twang, and he did. So I mean, the moment when he came into the studio, because that was the first time when we actually heard the solo. I mean, I actually have. I filmed David and Gustav. I think there will be a clip on social media a bit further ahead when they heard it for the first time. So.
Oh yeah. We should have made reaction videos to all of his solos because it was crazy.
Yeah. So and I'm not sure that. So I mean, starting in like more of a hip hop mode, really, and trying to have that feel to it, and then putting on some energy, and then David's and Gustav's quite twisted lyrics to it. I think it's a quite fun mix.
So, what exactly is in a Transylvanian buffet?
Come again?
Oh.
Yeah.
Like if there was an actual Transylvanian buffet, it would be on the menu.
We actually got a good image for that coming up pretty soon. It's funny that you would ask. I don't know. What would you say, David?
Yeah, I would say it's a naked woman with a great pair of personalities strapped around her chest.
Anything else? Any vegetables?
And the vegetables, a tomato, maybe. Bloody Mary. Yeah.
I think maybe some sushi. If you guys saw that old movie in the 90s, Rising Sun, I think with Wesley Snipes and Sean Connery, there's a scene where they have like naked women and they eat sushis out of them.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
I haven't seen it, but
I missed that.
unfortunately.
It's a super old movie. That I was young. That's the type of movie that you had to watch without your parents knowing. It wasn't appropriate.
I remember a TV show called Kenny versus Penny. They had they were battling against each other, and then they end up humiliating one guy who loses. And then there's this one episode where Kenny lies down naked and he has to eat a sushi straight out of his asshole. So
yeah, no,
it's similar.
The Rising Sun version is more appetizing.
Okay.
I agree.
That place. Well, I'm not having sushi today after that image.
But I like how we have created some expectations for that next artwork now.
I just thought because it's I'm like I wonder what the buffet will look like, because this album has some titles that you look at the song title and obviously you look at it because Transylvanian buffet. I'm like, what the hell? So, it has some interesting titles. So let's talk about the artwork for the upcoming record. And again, you guys like to use a lot of green, because I remember the first album cover, you had a lot of greenish tones to it. So this is the album artwork for Intense Indifference. So first of all, who was the artist, and tell me a little bit about what the band wanted with this image.
Yes, so I think we had like one idea at first, with some girl sitting with a chakra, because we were supposed to be, soul searching and all of that yada 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 nonsense. But the artist his name is Jules, I think. I don't know the full name. Maybe you can fill in, Johan. What's his name?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can pronounce it right. Gyula Havanchak. It's a really great guy from Hungary.
Yeah.
But his name uses Jules. Oh.
And we had this idea, but he didn't buy it completely. So I think he made like his own interpretation of what we introduced him to. Like it can have a crack in the middle, and I think he got that with the stone figurine. And what else?
It was actually, just to add, sorry to interrupt, David. Just to add on, it was actually he was working on a cover for another band as well at the same time, and they had he had just finalized it, and they had exactly the same idea with the chakra and stuff.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Or we were too unoriginal or something. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, could have been that also. So I think this one reflects our sound much better, with the previous album, everything with the forest and with the snake, and still the lady in the middle, being, she looks quite grim.
Yeah, it was a funny compromise, because we actually, like, our main idea before it got trashed was to go a bit away from being in the forest, this kind of theme. But then his compromise, and I guess he took inspiration from our last album as well, or maybe we told him to do exactly this. I don't remember. This turned out to be maybe a bit more fitting to what we like to have on our artworks, but still maintaining this focus on this internal conflict, but this time putting our forest nymph there as well.
Makes sense. And when you think about, it's a cool artwork. When you think about it, like a lot of metal bands have a lot of or pictures in forests.
Yeah.
I'm like, like maybe like we need to come up with a new concept for band photos that do not include a forest. I know here in Puerto Rico, like I think some bands can take pictures with the beach.
Yeah. A lot more original, at least.
But it's supposed to look metal, so forest equals metal.
Why can't we make like palm trees become metal? They're also trees. It would be a lot nicer, taking band photos. You can just go to the beach or something.
But I think also, we have that sort of folklore perspective, the bit of the folk metal vibes to some extent. So I guess, and that sort of resonates a bit with the forest and stuff.
So we've got a better alibi than everybody else to be in the forest.
And in the Vittra, that sort of the mythical creatures. So the nature. So I think that's part of it, being a bit close to nature. But I fully see your point. I don't think you will see us on a band photo standing in the forest on the next one. Not on this one either.
You have to be a black metal band, and you have to look all comfortable. And they always look like they don't know. I'm like, where are we? I'm like, we're in a forest, and probably the backyard of their house. But they always so confused, like, where are we? Like, why are we in this forest? But sometimes pop artists take that away, because I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago, there was a year that Mirkur put out an album cover and Taylor Swift put out another album that both had like trees and they look similar. And I'm like, which one is Taylor Swift? Which one is Mirkur? Because they had like almost the same album cover. So even pop music is taking away the forest and making them like pop. So for this album, for you guys, was there a song on this record that was maybe more challenging to write lyrically or musically?
Oh yeah, I think we put a lot of work into the song "Hate," because that one was a hard one to crack.
At least lyrically, we were going back and forth with that song up until like the last couple of weekends before recording it, recording the singing. I
I mean,
remember.
we even added some parts in the studio. I think we changed some
Yes,
stuff
yes,
on that one. Yeah.
that's true. The same day, even.
Mm.
Um,
It's quite, from a musical perspective, I think that one was quite easy. I mean, Alex was he wrote the sort of the starting the riff on the verse and the pre-chorus. He was just noodling around on his guitar in a rehearsal space. I recorded it. He was hardly aware that I did. Then I went home and learned how to play it and put a song together. It was a really quick one, but then it was quite funny with the lyrics. I mean, you struggle a bit, but I think it turned out really good.
Yeah, and obviously it has to sound angry if you have a song called Hate. So,
Exactly.
yeah, so I think you guys nailed it on that one. So the album's out September 19. Where can people pre-order the record?
On our Bandcamp and on our Big Cartel sites. That's where we have it. So we actually decided on the previous one we had I guess a decent physical distribution, but it really didn't work that well. So I mean we put more focus this time on the getting good support on the digital part. And then we have the vinyls that we sell ourselves. So let's see how it works.
I'll put the link. People can buy them, and when you're selling them themselves, like people be aware that they are physically going and mailing it to you, to the album, and so yeah. So I'll post the link for that. So it's just gonna be out in a few weeks. So are you gonna be playing some shows around the time of release, or like what's coming up next for Vittra?
Okay. Yeah, we have two release shows. One on the 19th and one on the 20th. Sort of we come from two different cities, so we play both of them Friday, Saturday when we release the album. Then we have a couple of shows during the fall. Let's see. We're working on a sort of a Northern European mini tour. I hope it will work out, but let's see. But that's the main plan. And I guess in parallel with that, we have actually started writing more songs, writing new music already to get prepared for the third one.
There's no rest for the weekend.
Correct.
Not saying that that's a saying, but yeah. So you're already working on new music, and you got the new album coming out in just a few weeks. So before I let you guys go, anything, and each one can say something different you like to say to the fans before we go?
Ooh, please come to our show.
Both of our shows,
It would
preferably
mean
the 19th and the 20th.
If they come to the show, now you got to maybe do like a back, like you can sing like you can hang your legs from the from the ceiling and do like you're a bat, and then come down and start to do it upside down.
That would be sick.
That's the only way they'll recognize you after this video. Anyway, so.
It was.
No, but I hope they have I hope they have sort of an open mind. I think sometimes it's a bit tricky for us because we're not pure death metal or pure thrash metal or pure anything. We like to mix things, and that can be a bit tricky sometimes. You have this festival that is only about this type of music, or you have this playlist that is only about that type of music, and we're mixing stuff a bit, and I mean we enjoy it. We think it's fun. So yeah, let's hope that people can stay a bit open-minded and give it a chance.
Yeah, I think it's more fun that way, because if every song sounds the same, it can get monotonous.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for those who are afraid about what Johan is saying, that we're that experimental, the jazz section is only like 15 seconds or something, just so they know. The rest is death metal and country twang. Yeah.
Yeah, Gustav is maybe on the more conservative side in the band.
I would probably say I feel the oldest musically.
Yeah.
But even I enjoyed it. just to keep it clear.
So guys, I want to thank the three of you for joining me, to talk about the new album, Intense Indifference. So, Couchers, it's out September 19. If you like death metal mixed with thrash and some other, like, I don't know, I'd say rock, metal elements, I don't know, like, you will enjoy it. And where are you most active socially? On Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram and Facebook. I think those are the main ones. Then of course we have a YouTube channel as well with all the videos and so on.
Yeah. So I'll post the link so people can follow you. So guys, again, thank you for joining me all the way from Europe here to Puerto Rico. So Couchers, the new Vittra album is out September the 19th, Intense Indifference. So until next time, Couchers, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.